Good morning everyone, today we're here to check out a brand new video from Dead Meat, the kill count for weapons. Wait, this was supposed to go out a week ago. What happened? Well, you can pretty much guess what happened. Copyright issues, it was denied, all of that kind of stuff. So James A. Janice was not able to put it out, so I was not able to react to it in time. In fact, he actually did put it out, but by the time it would have been Monday for me to record, it was already taken down. So, here we are, and let's go.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and show you how they were made. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Weapons, released in 2025. Weapons is the second horror feature.
I still don't get why this movie is freaking called Weapons.
From writer-director Zach Cregger, who made a huge splash with Barbarian in 2022. That film's success drove a lot of excitement over his follow-up, causing a fierce bidding war between studios for the script. Jordan Peele probably even fired his managers when Monkey Paw failed to get it. New Line won out by offering double Barbarian's budget and final cut approval to Cregger, along with a paycheck of $10 million. Holy shit! It's a practically unprecedented deal for a novice director. So good thing Cregger exceeded all expectations with Weapons. Early screenings went so well, the release was moved up by 6 months, which is also pretty unheard of. Weapons follows various residents of a small town as they grapple with the disappearance of 17 children, all members of the same third grade class who mysteriously ran away at the same time on the same night. This mystery was the crux of the movie's marketing, and I think you should see it without knowing too much more. Like Barbarian, Weapons unfolds in such an interesting and unpredictable way. It's worth watching without any preconceptions or expectations. So if you haven't yet, go fucking do it. Like now. Go do it now.
Yeah,
okay,
pause.
Back. Because I do want to talk more about the movie in this intro since I liked it so much. Even more than Barbarian, which I enjoyed, but which petered out for me near the end. Weapons kept me captivated the entire time, partly because of its confident style. It's shot in such a fun and purposeful way. Tracking shots build suspense that gets paid off in later scares. Long telephoto shots add eeriness to the horror unfolding on screen. GoPro-like angles add excitement to the action. And that's not even getting into the jump scares. But Weapons is more than just a scary horror movie. Much like how Barbarian managed to be tense, then funny, then gross as it progressed, Weapons also shifts tones during its runtime. Early on, the horror comes from being the target of small-town paranoia. You get flashes of something bigger happening as the movie continues, until it shifts into a very different kind of horror. And the whole way through, it has a sense of humor, which you should expect from Cregger, because, reminder, he is from The Whitest Kids You Know, creators of such classic sketches as this.
Mr. President!
Be
quiet!
John, calm down.
Listen to the woman, John. Calm down. Just calm down. Calm down. Just calm down.
And this.
Do you do a lot of PCP?
Got a gallon.
I guess you do.
Got a
I
gallon.
love Weapons. I love the cast, I love the style, I love the themes it plays around with, even if it doesn't end up making a clear and definitive statement about them. It made for a great discussion on the Dead Meat podcast,
still don't know it.
So check out that episode to hear more about themes and stuff. Chelsea's freaking brilliant when it comes to that kind of analysis. As for the kill count, we'll do our thing, making jokes and telling you how it was made. James, what the hell
James?
is this? Oh, that, yeah. Dude, this is your data. Yeah, I mean, I've told you about data brokers before, and I wanted to show you how much information they actually collect if you subscribe to one of them. It costs about $20 a month, so I signed up and bought a report on you. What? Yeah, this thing's like 11 pages long, man. It's got your contact information, names of your relatives, your neighbors, social media profiles, some other usernames. This thing's a gold mine. Look at that. That's your brand new address, dude. Like, I could send you whatever I want, whenever I want. It's crazy. I'm not comfortable with any of this. Yeah, I mean, I figured you wouldn't be. I'm not either. That's why I've been using today's sponsor, Aura. How many victims got out of bed and ran their way onto the count? Let's find out and get to the kills.
Let's go.
The movie begins with a little girl narrating a story that happened 2 years ago. One day in her town of Maybrook, Pennsylvania, third grade teacher Justine Gandy found her classroom totally empty.
Well, not totally.
Love how the camera movement coincides with the narration's reveal that a single student was left behind, a sensitive little boy named Alex Lilly. All the other kids in his class mysteriously got up the night before at 2:17 in the morning and ran off to parts unknown.
And they never came back.
Into
The parents
doll.
found out through their
No.
alarm systems and security cams, but we get to see it happen in a captivating and eerie start to the film. Great slow motion photography of kids running through quiet cul-de-sacs and peaceful roads as George Harrison's Beware of Darkness plays. This needle drop was into the script, and they get their money out of it. It scores 3 of the film's first 5 minutes. Seriously love how. Hey, yo, kids, watch out! You're about to run into that title card!
Title card!
The police questioned Justine and Alex, but failed to find the kids or any leads. So after a month,
Oh, hold on.
they decided to reopen the school.
There we go.
The parent-teacher conference was held the night before classes start again, which is where the movie kicks off in earnest. Weapons has a non-linear narrative, with different sections told from different characters' POVs. The first perspective we
Yep.
get is Justine's. As teacher of the missing class, she's been taking the brunt of the community's scrutiny.
What happened in that classroom? Why just her classroom? Why only hers?
She leaves the school and gets hounded like a wrestler at an airport, and is victim to threatening phone calls and shady side brand vandalism.
Damn it,
Vandalism?
come on.
Justine wants to meet with Alex, but Principal Marcus says, hell no. She's already got a problem getting too close to kids.
Oh, I hugged a crying little boy. Lock me up.
He doesn't lock her up, but he does make her take a leave of absence. Out of a job, she turns to her only friend in
Okay.
town, Paul, a local cop, and her ex-boyfriend. The two are both recovering alcoholics, but given her current circumstances, Justine has turned to drinking her problems away. Paul declines to join her at first, but
Come on,
she claws
don't
away
drink.
at him, being equal parts toxic and friggin' adorable.
I'm not lonely. You're here.
It works, because obviously, and he relapses on both
okay.
the booze and their relationship.
Oh,
Despite
damn
Paul
it.
telling her the police have got things handled, Justine starts prowling around the school. She follows Alex home so she can talk to him, but nobody answers the door, and she finds the windows all paper mache. She goes around back to investigate
hateful.
more and peeks in through an opening. Oh, Jesus Christ! Justine recovers
Ooh,
from the jump scare
jump
and
scare.
calls Marcus, telling him to force a welfare check. He's like, nah, dude, you stalked a kid home. That is not an awesome look for you right now.
I'm gonna do you the courtesy for getting this phone call ever took place.
She
Fair
stops by a
enough.
liquor store to restock on Justine juice, with a shot mirroring an earlier one that tracked her through the aisles. This time, the angle is reversed though, so we can see an angry woman approaching her. This is Paul's wife, Donna, and
Uh-oh.
something tells me she found out about their little hookup. The affair part isn't really Justine's fault though. Paul implied he and Donna weren't together.
We're not happening right now.
But the whole getting him drunk
Like,
thing was
legally
pretty
separated?
shitty, which is why Donna vodka boards Justine. I really love Justine as a character. She's complicated and frequently unlikable, but you feel for her because she's totally unequipped socially to be in this position. She tries to be a good person, and her healthy outlet for love is the kids in her class. I mean, she literally wears her heart on her sleeve. Her
Well,
chest, I
chest,
guess.
but
when those
yes.
kids get taken away from her, she succumbs to her weaknesses. She's so real and compelling thanks to the writing, and of course, Julia Garner, who's Emmy nominated thanks to her roles in Ozark and Inventing Anna. She was also Silver Surfer and starred in Lee Whannell's Wolfman, which is
Oh,
why I got
okay,
to
that's
interview
cool.
her, and I found her very, very pleasant. We talked about the Madonna biopic she's supposed to star in. Please, Madge, make it happen! That night, Justine drinks herself to sleep and has a nightmare about going back to school. Been there. Inside her classroom, she finds her students playing the world's creepiest game of Heads Up 7-Up. But at least everyone's there
good.
this time, including Alex,
know that game.
looking, well, hey, at least he's smiling for once. The creepy face gives way to waking and a suspenseful scene full of great camera movements.
Hey, look, I'm sorry to say this, but am I the only one that actually gets sick of how all these horror movies will do these overly dark scenes while you can't really see shit unless you are in just as dark a room? Like, I know, that's atmosphere, that's what it's meant to be, but for crying out loud, make it more visible for when you're at home or watching on your computer.
So dark and
Oops,
creepy.
there we go.
Ah, Clowny! Justine intercepts
that's
Alex
scary.
the next day, but he doesn't want to talk to her.
I just want to make sure that everything's all
Don't
right.
follow me!
She camps outside his house with her big gulp of booze, but eventually the shot flickers into night when she's passed out behind the wheel. That means she's not conscious for the most terrifying shot in the film, a more than 2-minute oneer that begins with an anguishingly slow long zoom into the house. An eerie figure staggers from the front
Ooh.
door as shrill strings on the soundtrack amplify the horror of a pair of scissors in her hand. She approaches the car with a nightmare gait and stops in front of the front door. It's terrifying. But then it's kind of funny as she crab walks away. But then you hear this. Oh, and everyone
Oh,
in the
crap.
audience screams. But she ain't here to stab a bitch like a creepy believer. She just wants a locket of hair. The movie switches
Nope.
to the perspective
that
of
ain't
Archer,
good.
a local contractor whose son Matthew is one of the missing Maybrook kids. Archer's become obsessed with trying to find him, to the detriment of his marriage and job performance. He fixates on Justine and pokes around her past, finding a DUI and an affair with a fellow teacher at her previous school.
She's a troubled person, is she not?
What is it you think?
Well, trouble with adults, but there's literally nothing on a record involving kids. It's no accidental hit and run, no assault allegations, and nothing inappropriate. There's nothing there.
She knows. What do you think it is that she's not telling us? Because those kids walked out of those homes. No one pulled them out.
Great seeing Toby Huss here as Chief of Police Ed, a remarkably
I know that voice.
even-keeled and reasonable man. We've seen Huss before in Maxine and Halloween 2018. He's an underrated character actor who also does a bunch of voices in Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill. Wait, in Venture Brothers? He's General Tricer?
Oh,
What?
shit.
I quote that juice box line all the time.
I am thirsty.
Archer's story catches up to what we've seen when we learn that he was the
Love
parent
it.
who yelled at Justine. He also vandalized her car at the witching hour, then went back home to
Damn
sleep
it.
in Matthew's room. Just like Justine, Archer's a flawed human being.
Too much.
Josh Brolin described him as a resentful everyman and a 50-year-old adolescent little bitch. A direct quote.
This fucking 50-year-old adolescent little bitch.
Archer has a nightmare about the night his son went AWOL. In it, he chases Matthew through the woods. But I don't care if you're fit as a Brolin. That kid's got kid energy, man. This is no
True.
cross country for old men. As
Plus,
such, he
it's
can't
night
catch up
as
before
well.
Matthew loops back around to their own house. Above it floats a giant AR-15, an assault rifle that's been used in high-profile mass shootings and is also called America's Rifle by the NRA. Wait, does the
course.
giant who owns it have 217 kills? Oh, no, that's the time
that's
all
just the
kills
clock.
Duh. And exactly what does the giant gun mean? Well, Kreger's basically like, don't ask me, it's whatever you want. So I guess it's just a conversation piece.
Giant
Inside
gun.
the house, Archer discovers
That's
his
it.
son asleep in bed. At least what he thinks is his son.
Matthew.
Ah! Oh, okay, that wasn't a jump scare. Looking for him now. He apologizes to Matthew for never saying he loves him, but it's never too late, Pops.
I love you so much.
Fuck!
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Agreed.
But you did say it better. Seriously, as a what the
Triple that. Triple that. What the fuck from the character? What the fuck from James A. Janice? And what the fuck from Fox Flicks and Clicks?
fuck enthusiast, that has got to be one of the best what the fucks I've ever heard.
What the fuck?
Agreed.
It does give him an idea, though. Using a map of the town, he traces
Oh,
Matthew's
sweet
trajectory
Jesus.
after he ran out the door. To get more data, he visits the mother of another missing kid, who's played by Zach Kreger's real-life wife, actress Sarah Paxton. She had a couple voiceover cameos
killer.
in Barbarian. And speaking of Barbarian, her husband is played by hapless King Justin Long, who meekly hands over everything Archer asks for,
Hey,
like their
nice.
recam footage. He uses it to track their daughter's trajectory that night and finds an area of interception with Matthew's path to figure out where they might have gone. While driving around the point of interest, he just so happens to see a
Witchmobile.
Damn it.
He pulls over so he can get into a public
Yeah, no, I guess it makes sense if she wouldn't be able to get the money to paint over that or get it unpainted or whatever the hell.
dispute at the gas station, a staple of every suburb.
You want to get in my face? You want to threaten me?
Nobody's threatening
You're
you right
barking
now.
up the wrong tree,
Are you
okay?
what?
Their argument is interrupted when Justine sees Marcus running towards her all
Marcus?
crazed and wide-eyed. Huh, you guys think there's something wrong with him? Even though
Oh,
Archer was
jeez.
just yelling at her, he still pulls the principal off of Justine. But Mad Dog Marcus manages to get on top, choking him against the ground until, oh shit, we cut away to another
What the
POV.
fuck?
Call the cop. No, not that one. Paul's on the phone with his wife Donna, who's gone on a business trip this week. God, this guy's got the biggest boomer energy.
Paul.
Looking miserable as she talks about how she wants to have sex with him when she gets back.
Nice. Okay.
What are you, dude? Al Bundy? Especially because we've seen Donna and know that she's freaking June Diane Raphael, actress and comedian and co-host of How Did This Get Made, alongside her real-life husband, Paul Shear. Turns out Donna is
well,
the daughter
okay.
of Paul's boss, Chief Ed, giving them a hilariously awkward in-law relationship.
Why would you call me old?
No, I wasn't saying that.
I'm giving you shit.
As much as
Okay,
I love
you
Archer's
hit me.
What the Fuck,
Okay.
I think this is my favorite line delivery in
as
the
hell.
movie.
I'm giving you shit.
While on patrol, Paul sees a kid in baggy
shit.
pants with a backpack, so he'd better investigate that shit. It's a drifter named James, who was actually seen earlier asking Justine for change.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm saving up a bus ticket to see my brother. Do you need change
Yeah,
on
sorry.
I don't have any
Turns out
change,
James
sorry.
is trying to be an Eve, so Paul pursues him aggressively in a well-shot chase, shot from the front seat as he turns down alleys and shit. I mean, this is an actual stunt, him running in front of the car. It looks great.
Oh.
Paul catches up and tackles the guy.
We went down pretty hard there. You good?
He pats him down and asks if he has anything sharp like needles in his pocket. James says no, but Paul gets a finger pricking anyway. God damn it, James! Oh, god damn it, Paul! A sucker punch like that? Really?
Oh.
The needling's a sore spot
Down.
for recovering addict Paul. And later, we'll see he probably has a massive fear of AIDS. But right now, he's terrified of the dash cam that caught his actions. Desperate to cover his tracks, he calls it even with James as long
No,
as he gets...
why would you pull... Oh. I get the whole you're worried about repercussions, but now you made it even worse by unplugging the damn camera. You punched the guy because he lied about there being needles and you got pricked. I don't like when people make it worse for themselves. It's like, well, shit. He lied. There was a needle in his pocket. I reacted after it pricked me and I punched him in the head. Once.
Out of town.
The way I see it, I did you wrong, you did me wrong. Let's just call it a day.
Paul's a really flawed guy. I mean, basically he's a piece of shit. But you can tell he thinks he's trying to be decent thanks to Alden Ehrenreich's performance. I can't believe that dude was young Han Solo, though. That mustache makes such a difference. Ed tells his son-in-law the dash cam footage will be erased in a month if no one lodges a complaint. If someone does, though, he's pretty fucked. And it's in this moment of stress he gets a text from Justine that says, "Hey." I love Paul's version of their meetup. It's condensed to a greeting and a smash cut to sex. It works as a hilarious, typical dude way to recall the events, and a nice way to skip the stuff we've already seen. The next morning, he finds his wife Donna home early, thanks to an unfinished business trip. It doesn't take long for her to suss out what happened.
You piece of shit.
That, of course, led to watering down the Garner snake, and it also earns Paul an in-law evil eye. When he goes outside and spots James near the police station again, it gets the blue boy seeing red, and he gives chase. Then it cuts to James's POV, and I'll admit, this was the point where I got a little annoyed at how the structure kept taking away the tension. Every time shit started to get exciting, we'd cut away, and I was getting antsy at the thought of seeing more scenes a second time. The minor annoyance was only temporary, though, since in the end, I think Kreger ends up using the structure in a way that makes it totally worth it. James lives in a woods tent and has been having a hard time keeping up with his heroin habit. He needs cash to buy more drugs, but his family funds have all dried up.
Of course I want to pay Mom back, but I can't do that until I get the, money to get the clothes so that I can do the job so that I can pay Mom back. Hello?
Yeah, hung up.
He pillages pint-sized possessions, preparing to procure profit from the pawn shop. Then he can go next door and bother Randall at the video store. He strikes out with the sale, though, because no shit this dude doesn't want to buy obviously stolen kids' toys. We see James's run-in with Paul again, who seems a lot more aggressive in this depiction.
Get the fuck up.
That's not how things were shown in Paul's segment.
Let's get up. I'm gonna take these cuffs off you. 1, 2.
I love this idea of each chapter being slightly biased from its perspective.
James.
Means Paul was probably even more of an asshole than he seemed like in his segment.
We went down pretty hard there. You good?
I mean, also there's the fact that even after getting pricked with a needle and not knowing if he was infected with anything, he slept with Justine. Yeah, actually, Paul sucks a lot. Nasty weather sends James searching for a warm place, and he spots a nice house that doesn't appear to have anyone home. Alex Lilly's house. He climbs in through an upstairs window and uses the kid's pillowcase to go pilfering trick-or-treat style. What a store, too. There's silverware and cinematic classics.
Oh, fuck,
Willow.
Ah, shit! Those damn couch potatoes done baked up a scare again. But when James realizes they're catatonic, he gets straight back to robbing them.
Forgot about that.
Shameless. Searching further in the basement, he finds, holy goddamn shit, the missing kids! He found the missing kids, dude!
Holy crap.
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck! It scares him half to heroin heaven and activates the couch guardians. They almost get him, but he runs away.
Jump through a damn window! Oh, never mind.
Unlocked and finally frees himself. He's able to run out of the house in a telephoto shop that echoes.
Drop the damn bag!
The one from earlier. He takes his stolen booty to the pawn shop where he notices a poster for the missing kids and some sweet reward money. After chasing the dragon, James tries to call in the tip.
They're all standing in the basement of this house, just like standing there. And yeah, I don't know, they're just like in the basement standing all still and shit. And there's like fucking two wackos over there, and it's just like.
Yeah, now you're gonna have to explain, so son, how do you know all this? Oh, I broke an entry because I was gonna rob shit and to pawn it off so I can get money for drugs. What the hell? Oh my. No. It's all part of the movie. It's all part of the movie. This kid is just an idiot.
Fucked up. But so how's this gonna work though? How do I get the money?
Weapons has a completely solid cast, including Austin Abrams as James. We've seen him in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Abrams is actually the only actor remaining from the movie's original cast. Weapons was supposed to shoot way earlier and would have featured Justine, played by Renate Reinsve, best known for starring in The Worst Person in the World. Archer would have been played by Pedro Pascal, best known for starring in literally everything else from the past few years. Rounding Rounding out the cast was Tom Burke as Paul and Brian Tyree Henry as Principal Marcus. When the SAG-AFTRA strike of 2023 delayed production, pretty much all the original actors had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts. Abrams held out because he loved the part so much, and had already lost a ton of weight to prepare for it. He stayed about 35 pounds underweight for over a year waiting for production to begin again. The loyalty paid off,
like it'd be a
since
struggle.
he's set to lead Kreger's upcoming Resident Evil movie. The tip hotline tells James to go to the police station to collect his cash, which is what caused him to risk it and, as we've seen, get spotted by Paul. He runs away into the nearby woods and is feeling pretty good until he's weighed down by the same jump scare lady who Justine and Archer saw. A freaked out James frickin' dives into his tent and prepares to do revenge to the woods clown for scaring him. But instead, he ends up stabbing a fistful of needles into Paul's face. Once again,
Paul, it was
breaking the
you.
prank. Paul's ready to add James to the kill count himself, but stops when James starts babbling on about the missing kids. Paul takes him to the Lily house so he can verify the claim.
How do I know you aren't gonna try and, like, take that reward for yourself?
Oh, James, you're such an idiot.
Huh?
Wait, that was mine.
Zoran?
What line?
Paul goes inside but doesn't come out until the movie cuts to night again.
What the fuck?
When he finally does emerge, he's looking crazed and friggin' feral. He grabs James and drags him out of the car towards the house. The movie once again cuts the action short by switching POVs. It's to Marcus, and we hear the other side of the phone call he had with Justine.
I'm gonna do you the courtesy of forgetting that this phone call ever took place.
Marcus is played by Benedict Wong, last seen on the kill count in Prometheus. While he doesn't agree to do a welfare check, he tells Justine he'll have Alex's parents check in with him. But instead of Alex's parents, Marcus is paid a visit by the woman we've all been wondering what the fuck about.
Who the hell are you?
Gladys?
She certainly is. Gladys says she's Alex's aunt, the older sister to his mom. You may know her from such jump scares as Justine's ceiling, Matthew's bed, and in the woods. She says Alex's parents have fallen ill, so she stepped in to help care for him.
Oh, no, it's not serious. Nothing terminal. It's just a touch of consumption.
But she's not Alex's legal guardian, so he'll still have to meet with them.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Marcus?
I'll speak
Don't
with the
trust
parents.
dear Aunt Gladys?
Not
Who
you.
made the complaint?
I'm not at
I can't
liberty
say.
to say.
Well, this is very upsetting.
Gladys is immediately
Please leave.
unsettling thanks to a top-tier performance by Amy Madigan, an Oscar-nominated actress we've seen before in The Hunt. The weekend rolls around and Marcus kicks back with his husband Terry. They're a cute couple with matching Mickey Minnie t-shirts and a plate of snacks including 7 hot dogs. It's a reference
that's
to
a
a
lot.
Whitest Kids You Know sketch.
7 hot dogs?
7, yeah.
That's a whole pack.
Is that high?
It's a little high.
That sketch was written by Whitest Kids co-founder Trevor Moore, who tragically passed away in 2021 at the age
Rest
of
in
41.
peace, his soul.
Kreger and Moore were best friends and had even written and directed a movie together. Kreger's first feature, technically, 2009's Miss March, which he has described as a complete and unmitigated failure. After Moore's death, Kreger began writing Weapons as a way to process what he was going through.
I was in a place of
way
extreme
of
emotional
grief.
pain.
He compared the writing process to an exorcism, having his character self-destruct in ways he didn't want to in real life. At the same time, he wanted to make an exciting and fun movie to watch, and wanted to avoid using grief metaphors, feeling they were too cliche in modern horror. Which, yeah, they are.
Yeah,
As with
okay, I'll give
Barbarian,
you that.
Kreger didn't outline his script before writing. He just started with the opening narration and set up a mystery he didn't have the answer to. Originally,
just
the story only
went
followed
for it.
Justine, until Kreger decided on something more sprawling. The multiple perspectives were inspired by one of his favorite movies, P.T. Anderson's Magnolia. In fact, Aaron Wright's
I've heard of
mustache
that.
was inspired by John C. Reilly's in that movie. Kreger used the scene where Riley's character loses a gun and is searching for it as a guiding light to what he wanted the tone of Weapons to be. Marcus and Terry's perfect afternoon is interrupted by a knocking at the door. It's Gladys.
I had to walk all the way across town to get here.
Marcus is perturbed,
Well,
but
okay,
Terry invites
hi,
the scary
hello.
grandma right in. If only he had been an ex instead of Maxine, maybe he'd know better than to trust weird old ladies. Gladys is parched, so she requests a cup of water.
A bowl, please.
Oh, a bowl.
Bowl of
It's a
water?
peculiarity of mine. I don't even try to rationalize it anymore.
The guys
Yeah,
continue
okay,
to politely
fine.
stand by as Gladys pulls out
Oh,
a stick and
right.
wraps it in a ribbon she had eyed in Marcus's office earlier. She uses that stick to cut her hand, and when Terry tries to treat her, she cuts a piece of his hair off. That's
what the
finally enough
hell?
weird shit for Marcus, who goes to call the cops, but the only ringing comes from Gladys's bell. Gladys adds Terry's hair to her weirdo wand and gives it a snap, causing Marcus to hulk out and attack his husband. He
Damn,
vomits black
so that's
sludge
what
all over
happened.
his face, then proceeds to methodically headbutt Terry, slowly crushing his skull until there's no more head left to butt.
Okay.
Man, this kill is so disturbing and upsetting. With his husband
Yeah,
out of the
that's
way,
terrible.
Gladys gives Marcus a new target, Justine, using the lock of hair we saw collected during her stakeout. Unable to tell right from wrong anymore, Marcus takes off running through town in
Funny.
the same pose as the missing kids. It's a reference to the infamous Napalm Girl photo from Vietnam. Marcus airplanes through a hilarious montage of
If you don't actually know what that photo is, do yourself the favor, pull it up if you can, and actually see the terror of napalm. Because napalm is an extremely sticky substance, and once it clings onto something, you can't remove it.
moments.
What the fuck, man?
There are so many good what the fucks in this thing. He eventually zeroes
That's
in on the
3
gas
already.
station, catching us up to the end of Archer's storyline and continuing the chase after Marcus chokes him out. I love the BTS for this scene, since the chase was filmed by a camera guy on rollerblades. Marcus almost gets Justine until Archer freaking body checks him into a freezer.
Oh.
Chill out! Justine is able
Damn
to
it, Hutz.
escape with no help from the clerk.
Get out of my store!
Fucking help me!
She manages to drive away,
Get out of my
but
store.
this
Help me.
Energizer buddy keeps on going and going. Archer chases after them, but you know, the problem winds up fixing itself. Marcus gets
there it
pancaked
goes.
by a passing car, and Archer gets out to see the gnarly aftermath, or the blurry aftermath, thanks to YouTube. It's real gross
Damn it,
now.
YouTube.
Even the
That's
behind the
fine.
scenes is too graphic for public consumption. Archer and Justine get patched up at the hospital, where the two make awkward peace with one another.
I want to thank you. No, I do, so thank you.
Okay,
Sure.
fine.
Archer fills her in on
Call
his
okay.
investigation, including his map of the kids' paths. Justine realizes what lies inside that area of interception.
Alex Lilly lives in this house.
Damn, Archer, you didn't think to look up where the only remaining kid lived? Then again, he already did do way more than the police, apparently. I like your temperament, Ed,
I mean,
but I've got to
yeah,
admit, I'm let down
surprisingly.
by your department's efforts, man. A flashback to our final POV finally starts providing answers. We see Alex's school life pre-elementary exodus, where he's often bullied by Archer's son Matthew. Maybe his
Ow.
dad should have said he loved him more, because that kid's a grade A little shit. Thankfully, Alex has a sweet relationship with his parents.
Talk to me, Axeman. How's school today?
Good.
Good. Kissing
Oh, come on.
supermodels?
No.
How about a little more than that?
All right.
They're about to welcome a new member into their household, though. His mom's older sister Gladys is coming to stay with them. She's recently fallen ill and needs a place to recover. Alex's
Oh,
dad isn't
crap.
exactly thrilled about it. After all, they haven't seen Gladys in 15 years. But hey, family is
And that's how she's able to sneak in. Okay.
family, even when that family freaks the fuck out of your kid. School the next day is business as usual, but after the final bell, Alex's dad isn't there to pick him up. And you know a teacher ain't about to do it based on Justine's earlier conversation with Marcus.
Driving students home is not professional.
She missed the bus. She lived close
It's
to me.
not
What?
appropriate.
Alex decides to walk home
Damn
by
it.
himself, a long journey that takes him through the more run-down parts of town. While the film is set in Pennsylvania, it was shot in Atlanta from May to July 2024.
Yeah,
Production
okay.
designer Tom Hammett,
Okay.
who also
I can
worked
see
on
that.
Ty West's X, wanted to make sure the world felt grounded like a small New Eastern town. He made the interiors cluttered and lived in, since the more relatable this world is to the audience, the scarier the story would be. Alex
I
gets
can see
home to
that.
find his parents under a trance, and Gladys looking a lot more lively than before. She has them under a spell, and not even a face full of water can snap them out of it. Gladys is in charge
Damn,
now.
that didn't
And the
do
next
anything.
morning, she lays down rules for the kid. Shut the fuck up about her, and don't say a word about the state his parents are in. If he does, this'll happen.
Oh!
Yeah, and you don't want to get your parents forked in the face. It's
Okay,
fucking
enough,
horrible.
enough.
It's enough to make Alex do whatever this weird lady tells him, but she's not done until she underlines the point.
I can make your parents hurt themselves. I can make them hurt each other.
I am not liking this. And that can actually tell you that they did a damn good job on this movie if you are not liking it.
I can make them eat each other if I want to.
And that hasn't been the case since their honeymoon. Gladys's look was meant to be a showy peacock crossed with a deranged grandma. She was meant to look like a bird of prey, so production narrowed down her eyes and gave her little stubby teeth. A lot of people worked together to bring her memorable look to life. The special effects department made the prosthetics she wore on her nose, brows, and earlobes, and hand-punched the silicone bald cap Madigan had to wear. Head makeup artist
I
Leo
like those teeth,
Satkovich
like you
applied
said.
the 60s-inspired makeup that feels like it's crumbling off, and hair department head Meliza Wheat helped design the wig, working with Kreger to pick the right shade of red and length for her micro bangs. Other inspirations for Gladys's look included Lil the Dancer from Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me, John Waters' Pink Flamingos, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, and the work of photographer Cindy Sherman. Over the next few days, Alex cares for his catatonic parents, feeding them
Tries to.
soup, buying them soup, feeding them soup. They're soup people. Little Alex doing soup can shrugs on the walk home, too. Get yoked! One night he finds Gladys looking a little worse for wear. Nothing is said explicitly, but it's clear this witch has been sapping soul juice to stay young. But a couple of middle-aged saps ain't the sapping she needs. Weapons was a very personal film for Zach Cregger, who used Aunt Gladys as a metaphor for alcoholism. Cregger himself is 10 years sober and grew up with parents who were addicts as well. He wanted to tell a story based on his experience growing up in a safe space that becomes infected and forces the kid to become their parent's caretaker. Alex's chapter is the most autobiographical.
I would go to school every day and act like everything was cool, and I would come home and I would hide in a scary house from my zombie dad.
The theme is also reflected in characters like Justine, Paul, and James, who all struggle with their own substance abuse. Not Marcus, though. He's only addicted to snacks. Gimme. To uncle buck this disease for good, Gladys is gonna need to sap a whole class of kids. She tells Alex to get personal artifacts from his classmates. She also says she'll leave when she gets better, so he's all like, bet, watch me run these motherfuckers blind. He ends up yoinking all the cubby name tags, nearly getting caught by Justine. Shouldn't she, notice all those tags are gone now? Maybe not if she's too honed in on Alex, who she's noticed is acting weird lately. Makes sense. She actually called out Matthew's bullying earlier, unlike the background teacher when Alex got teased in the hall. Alex takes the name tags home and Gladys papers.
I'll actually be honest, a lot of teachers, from what I experienced, unless they see it and it's extremely obvious, as in loud or something, they would never do anything about it, and I should know. But let's not get into my past. Let's get back to the movie.
Shreds them for her dark ritual. Originally, Alex didn't have anything to do with Gladys's spell, but Cregger got a script note from his friend Bill Hader, who suggested making the boy more active here. It adds to his guilt and the reason why he doesn't tell anyone about what's happening. Alex believes the worst about himself, even though he's an innocent victim. His original actor was recast after a huge growth spurt during the break in production. He was replaced by Kerry Christopher, who is great in the role, and who also seems like such a joyous kid, even though he plays a sad sax so well. Gladys's witchcraft involves fire, but this might as well be the milkshake spell, because it brings all the boys to the yard.
And girls.
And the girls. All the little kids. At exactly 2:17 a.m., since that's when Gladys rings her little kid bell. And yeah, I know a lot of viewers pointed out that these houses the kids run by probably would have had cameras too. And sure, yeah, maybe it's not the most believable thing, but you know what? I don't really care, because I'm enjoying the movie, okay? With the kids tucked away in the basement, Alex goes to school and kicks off the movie's mystery. In the following days, Gladys clears out and cleans up the house so the cops can visit. I'm not sure where she put those kids overnight, where they wouldn't be seen by anyone, but she sure put them somewhere. She explained away the state of Alex's dad by saying he had a stroke. In a police questioning, we actually saw way back in the film's opening. With Alex's classmates in the house, that means more mouths, and more mouths means more soup.
That's good soup.
Alex goes on another soup run and returns to find Paul and James added to their zombie collection. No soup for them though. The block is officially too hot for Gladys. She says she's gonna skip town and take her chicken noodle army with her, and Alex too. Someone's gotta feed him the soup. She tells him to pack up and not to cross the salt line she lays out. Wait, is that a literal parent trap? Anyway, that just about brings us to the present.
Literally.
Justine and Archer are sitting outside Alex's house when they're invited inside from afar. Nothing more welcoming than your cop ex-boyfriend. Love how he just turns around and walks back in like, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's not good.
Despite their better judgment, the two enter the house where they fail to notice James creeping in the corner. Justine does spot Paul on the other side of a thin blue salt line, and when she crosses it, it activates Gladys's trap card. James comes from the shadows to tackle Archer, while Paul scream lunges at Justine. Upstairs, Alex crosses the salt line purposefully so he can evade his possessed parents and double back into Gladys's room. Justine is paired off with Paul and tries to slow him down by vegetable peeling his face off. Jesus, fun practical effect here. Unlike the bulging eyes, which were based on reference photos of people with Graves' disease. Cregger wanted to do them practically,
what the hell is
but
Graves'
they had to rely on
disease?
VFX to get the look they were going for. I couldn't really tell though, they look great. The possessed Popo don't pause till Justine grabs his gun and pops him in the head with it. Oh man, she just slept with that guy like a day ago. That's gotta be traumatizing. Meanwhile, Archer is absolutely manhandling.
Wait, what? 3 kills? When the hell were the other 2? I legit don't remember.
Jay.
Oh, that hurts.
I bet most people think this is what fighting Chucky would be like. James eventually tackles Archer into the basement, where he spots the missing kids just before Justine blows James's brains all over him. Damn, man, she just had to kill a second dude. While Justine processes all of that,
terrible.
Archer heads downstairs to look for his kid. One of these pediatric possessed has got to be Matthew. Wait, what was she even doing down there?
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess she speed runs through her stick trick, because when Archer re-emerges, it's to try and rip Justine's head off.
Damn it!
That's good, just like that.
Upstairs, Alex grabs Aunt Gladys's wig and a branch from her magic tree. He recreates
Ooh.
her ritual, which
Yeah, there
I
you
like
go.
to think he's able to do because she forced him to pay close attention back when she was flexing on him.
Are you watching?
Gladys's tree has
Snap.
its own unspoken backstory. Kreger says it comes from the deepest, darkest jungles of Papua New Guinea. The black spiny bonsai was 3D printed, assembled, and painted to create a memorable prop for
Ooh,
Gladys to use
lovely.
in her witchcraft. Gladys actually originally had her own chapter, but it was ultimately cut. We might see more of it in the possible prequel Kreger hasn't ruled out.
I can
Alex
see
snaps
that.
the twig, and this time the target is Gladys, who realizes what's happening.
Oh no.
She takes off running just as a fucking stampede of kids emerges to hunt her down. Oh my
Yes.
god, this scene is wild. It is so funny watching Gladys run through this suburban morning with a pack of crazy kids hot on her heel. For this 90-second chase with
I could bet that so many of these parents would be like, holy crap, it's the missing kids! Wait, why are they chasing that old woman?
multiple awesome tracking shots. Prop windows were made of balsa wood that stunt performers would crash through on a green screen. Then those shots were comped back into the scene. The biggest gag involved a mechanical gate that could pneumatically lower to the ground, giving the illusion it was being broken down. Since it was obviously too dangerous to have kid actors do most of this stuff,
Holy crap.
17 stunt performers with dwarfism were carefully styled to match their kid counterparts. The best part is right at the end.
So
when a runner sees a
awesome.
little girl go through 3 different windows and doors. The kids get up to Gladys and proceed to tear her apart with their bare hands. Holy fuck. Good timing too, since Alex and Justine are both facing down some mortal peril. The kids literally
God.
tear Gladys limb from limb. Oh god, and head from jaw.
Oh!
Jesus. It's like a fucked up pinata. It took 3 stressful days to
that's
shoot this
terrible.
incredible kill, which was done entirely with practical effects. Given the chaos of directing 17 kid actors during 100-degree days, they made sure the effects were resettable so they could keep shooting until they got it.
Okay, you'll break a finger.
Yeah, I'll break
We'll
a
get some
finger.
biting in
I'll
there.
bite
Okay,
a
good.
finger.
Okay, cool.
The fake Gladys body was mechanized, so once the effects team released the cables, the kids could tear away the limbs and other body parts. Gladys's death releases Archer's inherent
Holy
vice
crap.
grip, and he immediately starts following the path of carnage to find his son. Justine discovers Alex hugging his power-down parents, as Archer is finally reunited with Matthew, the little shit. The
Everyone
movie
is
ends as
still
the opening kid
kinda
narrator
mentally
tells us the aftermath.
broken.
Alex's parents are committed, he's living with a different aunt, and the other kids basically never came back. Mentally, you know? But maybe one day they can?
Some of them even started talking again this year.
Oh,
For
that's
a movie
good.
about missing kids,
Has been
it
2
may be
years.
surprising that none of them ended up on the count. As for the adults, well, I'll have my Zoran tell you. He's just a peculiarity of mine. I don't even try to rationalize him anymore. He'll do a good job.
Wait, doesn't snap mean kill? Oh, there it goes.
5 people died in weapons, with the victims consisting of 4 men and 1
Oh, right. Now I remember who the other 2 were.
Gladys. That's why her wedge is clown red. We've seen this count and breakdown 7 times before, including
7
coincidentally
times.
in Kreger's previous film, Barbarian. With a runtime of 128 minutes, Weapons had a kill on average every 25.6 minutes. 25.
Good job, man.
6.
Okay, that's enough. Zoran, get out.
Great. The Golden Chainsaw goes to Gladys, of course. This kitty carnage is the bloody comeuppance we were waiting for all movie, and it does not disappoint. Dollar Machete for Lamest Kill will go to James, who was shot without even getting his face vegetable peeled.
Ooh.
And that's it. Weapons was released in 2025 to both critical and commercial success.
Yeah, that
Next
movie
week's
was
episode
crazy.
will be out early on Christmas Eve. But until then, I'm James A. Janice. It's been the Kill Cow.
Alright,
On the next
what's up
Kill
for next
Count.
week?
The days grow shorter.
Clockwork.
Darker.
This
What is this insufferable darkness?
And the shadow
Dracula?
stretches across the
No,
land.
no, no, It's Nosferatu, the remake.
This world, and I have met him.
It's the modern day
Evil
remake.
has come to Wisborg, Germany, and its name is...
Nosferatu.
Actually, it's Count Orlok.
I know him.
Alright, so that is what will be on the docket for next week's Kill Count, the modern day remake of Nosferatu, which was a remake of Dracula. That's going to be the end of today's video, and I hope you all enjoyed this. Link to the original will be down in the description below, and I'll see all of you next time we flick back on. Till then, this is Fox, signing out. Peace.